Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You who listen to these words know one thing. It is not a coincidence. This precise moment when your eyes land here, this minute of silence when your heart stops, this shiver that runs through your being, all of this is intentional. There are truths that your soul has been waiting for a long time, and today it is Allah Himself who places them gently in your heart. He never forgot you. He simply observed you with mercy in your journey, in your trials, in your silence. And now He decides the time has come. Time to tell you what you needed to hear for a long time. You have been chosen, not because of your strength, nor your purity, but because He loves you. Because He sees in you what no one else sees. He knows the nights you cried quietly, the times when you doubted yourself, and sometimes even Him. He saw your broken heart, your confused mind, your tiredness of searching for meaning. And He remained there, invisible, but close, very close. Today, He speaks to you through this message, not to impress you, but to wake you up. You are not alone. You never were. You were simply on your way to this precise moment where your soul would finally understand. Your Lord creates what He wills and He chooses. It is not for them to choose. Glory to Allah. He is above what they associate. Quran 28:68. This verse is not for another. It's for you. He tells you that what you are experiencing now is orchestrated, that this spiritual awakening you feel is a calling, a sacred calling, a call that only a destined soul can hear. You may be wondering why. Why now? Why does this message resonate with you more than the others? And the answer is simple but profound. Because Allah chose you, not for an easy life, but for a higher path. Not to follow the crowd, but to walk with Him, even if that means walking alone. Being chosen by Allah is no ordinary favor. It's a sacred secret, a mark on the soul that the world does not understand, but that heaven recognizes. Look at the prophets. All were chosen in silence, far from the spotlight. Moses was chosen while he was fleeing with a heart full of fear. Joseph was chosen from the bottom of a well, rejected by his own brothers. Muhammad was chosen in the solitude of the cave of Hira, far from the voices of the world. They were not kings. They were not the richest or the most powerful. But Allah has seen their sincerity, their patience, their pain, and He saw what others did not see. In the same way, He saw you. He heard you. And He decided that now is the time for you to know that your existence is not ordinary. Being chosen by Allah does not mean receiving a life without storms. It's learning through them. It is understanding that each ordeal hides a message, that each tear cleanses the soul, and that each rejection is divine protection. Sometimes Allah tears you away from what is slowly destroying you, even if you are not yet aware of it. He breaks your plans, not to hurt you, but to redirect you. And this is one of the signs of His choice. When He decides to bring you closer to Him, He often starts by moving everything away from you. Allah knows best who deserves guidance. Quran 6:117. This verse is a key. You may not understand everything you are experiencing, but Allah knows why He put you on this path. He gave you this reminder today because a new chapter is ready to open. A chapter where you will no longer follow illusions, but the truth. Where you will no longer seek to please people, but to please your Lord. Where you will understand that your calling is unique, and that the world will never be able to define it for you. Allah does not always speak in words, but He knows how to whisper to your heart. He doesn't need to raise His voice to be heard. He sometimes chooses silence, events, pain, or even dreams to tell you, "Come back to me." And if you feel this inner upheaval, This sensation that something is changing in you without you being able to explain it. Know that it is Him. Allah calls you gently, without forcing, but with a power that only an awakened soul can capture. Have you ever wondered why certain memories come back without warning? Why do you sometimes feel heaviness without a visible cause? Why do certain situations drive you away from people or places without a logical explanation? These are not coincidences. These are subtle languages. Allah protects you, redirects you, educates you, even when you don't realize it. Every silence, every distance, every wait has a hidden meaning. And often, He takes you away from the noise of the world so that you can finally hear what He wants to tell you. When your heart begins to get tired of this world, it is not depression, it is a purification. This is the signal that Allah rescues you from illusions. He wants to remind you that you were not born to run after what is dying out. You were born to love Him, to know Him, to return to Him again and again. He sees the confusion you are going through, but He also knows the light He has placed in you. A light that sin can cover, but never extinguish. And I only created the jinns and men so that they would worship me. Quran 51:56. You were not created for oblivion, nor for emptiness. You were created for eternal connection. What you feel in your heart right now, this vibration that human words cannot describe, is your soul responding to His call. It is she who recognizes the voice of her Creator. Don't ignore it. Don't let the world put you to sleep again. And if you still doubt whether this message is for you, just look at how you feel right now. You may not hear it with your ears, but your heart knows. Your heart hears. And it is Allah who speaks. One of the deepest truths you must accept is that the path to Allah is not an easy path. Sometimes He breaks you before He builds you back up. This suffering, this feeling of being lost, of no longer knowing who you are or where you are going, these are moments of purification. They are not there to destroy you, but to prepare you for what you must become. A pure heart, a strong soul, a spirit reoriented towards Him. You see, Allah knows that some only learn through pain. He knows that to bring you closer to Him, He must sometimes tear you away from your illusions, from your false security, from your excessive attachments. It's not a punishment, it's grace in disguise. What you are going through is not the end. It is the beginning of a spiritual rebirth. Because just like a tree, which before producing beautiful fruit must first lose its leaves, you must first free yourself from what encumbers you so that your faith becomes pure, solid, and true. When everything seems to be falling apart around you, remember what Allah said in the Quran. After difficulty comes ease. Quran 94:6. What you are experiencing is not the end. It is a stage of purification. Yes, the pain is real. Yes, loneliness sometimes seems overwhelming to you. But know that it is in these moments that you are closest to Allah, even if you do not perceive it. These trials are a testimony to His love and infinite wisdom. They are there to prepare you for a new season, richer, more spiritual, deeper. Think of the prophets. Their lives were filled with moments when everything seemed lost. Moses had to flee his people. Joseph was thrown into a well. Muhammad was rejected and persecuted. But each of them saw in these trials a path to greatness, a path where, after the difficulty, the divine reward is infinitely more beautiful. If you are going through a challenge today, know that it is not the end of the road. This is an opportunity for Allah to purify you, strengthen you, and elevate you. What you feel is not useless. It has a purpose. And this goal is the spiritual greatness that you will achieve through patience, trust, and faith in Allah. Another essential aspect of this spiritual journey is detachment. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, knows that sometimes, for you to see him clearly, he must separate you from what distracts you. These could be relationships, material objects, or even habits that, while not seeming bad in themselves, are moving you away from your divine purpose. In his mercy, he allows you to detach yourself from what you thought was necessary so that it no longer becomes an obstacle between you and him. At first, it may seem painful. Losing something or someone dear to you can create a void that you can't understand. But know this: whatever you lose in this world, Allah will replace it with something better. This detachment, although at first it seems like a loss, is actually an act of purification. This is Allah's way of leading you to understand that what you are looking for is not here below, but in His proximity. Detachment is not an escape from the things of the world. It's not abandoning your responsibilities or your ambitions. This is not to deny the blessings that Allah has bestowed on you. No, spiritual detachment simply means that your heart no longer depends on these things. You know that you received them from Allah, but you are not bound to them. You appreciate them, but you don't make them your center of existence. This detachment allows you to be free to worship Allah without distraction. In the Quran, Allah tells us, "Whatever good you have will perish, but what Allah has is eternal." Quran 3:185. This simple but profound truth should resonate in your heart. This world is only a stage, a temporary passage. When your heart is detached from this world, it becomes lighter, more capable of raising its thoughts towards Allah, more ready to receive the spiritual blessings that He wants to give you. Look at the examples of the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, who sacrificed everything for Allah. They were not detached from material goods due to lack of desire or forced asceticism, but because they understood that nothing in this world was worth the reward of Allah. They left their lands, their families, their possessions to respond to the divine call. And Allah rewarded them in an unimaginable way. This detachment, this process of separating yourself from what keeps you far from your spiritual goal, is necessary. He is not here to punish you, but to make you freer. He allows you to get closer to Him. Allah wants your heart to be only attached to Him. He wants everything you have in your life to be only a means to bring you closer to His proximity, to elevate you towards Him. Trust in Allah, or Tawakkul, is one of the most powerful pillars of faith. It is an act of complete submission to His will, a deep certainty that whatever happens, whether seen as good or bad by human eyes, is exactly what He has chosen for you. This confidence does not mean inaction or passive waiting for everything to happen by miracle. Number. It means that you do your best in every situation, knowing that Allah is in complete control of the outcome. It allows you to let go, not to worry, not to try to control everything, because you know that He has the reins of everything. In times of difficulty, it is your trust in Allah that allows you to find inner peace. When you face a challenge that you cannot overcome on your own, you turn to Him, knowing that your weakness is actually a path to His strength. And Allah does not leave you alone in your struggle. He is with you, even in your moments of uncertainty. But the question is, do you trust Him? Look at the example of Musa's mother, Moses, who, pushed by a divine revelation, had to put her baby in a basket and entrust him to the water in an act of total faith. She did not know where her child was going or how he would be saved, but she obeyed Allah and entrusted her heart to His wisdom. And Allah responded to his faith, and we returned his child to Him. Quran 28:13. This confidence does not just mean saying, "I believe in Allah." It means acting as if you truly believe in His promises. It's believing that He always has the best plan for you, even when it seems hard to see. It is also accepting that certain things escape your understanding, but that the wisdom of Allah exceeds everything you can imagine. The Prophet Muhammad teaches us that whoever puts his trust in Allah, Allah is sufficient for him. If you trust in Allah as He should be trusted, He would grant you what you need, just as He grants to the bird. It leaves in the morning with an empty stomach and returns in the evening with a full stomach. Hadith Sahih. This hadith perfectly illustrates the nature of trust. The bird does not know the path of tomorrow, but it trusts in Allah for its sustenance, and Allah grants it what it needs. In the Quran, Allah says, "And do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Allah forgives all sins. He is truly the forgiving, the merciful." Quran 39:53. This verse is a powerful message for anyone going through difficult times. No matter the past mistakes, no matter the sins committed, Allah is greater than all that. His mercy is all-encompassing. When you feel like everything is over, remember that for Allah there is no end. Everything can be transformed. The key is to maintain hope, to never lose faith in the power and mercy of your Creator. Take a moment to think about the stories of the prophets. Each of them went through times when everything seemed lost. Prophet Ayub, Job, for example, suffered for years, losing his health, his wealth, and his family. But despite this extreme suffering, he never lost hope in Allah. He said, "Surely suffering has touched me, but you are the most merciful of the merciful." Quran 21:83. It is in this suffering, in this unwavering faith, that Ayyub's hope was rewarded. Allah healed him and gave him more than what he had lost. Your hope in Allah should never waver, even if you do not immediately see the results of your efforts or your prayers. Allah's response may take time, but He is always at work, even in times when you do not see Him. Sometimes the path to Allah's reward is strewn with pitfalls, but each step, each trial, is an opportunity for you to grow in your faith, in your patience, and in your hope. The beauty of hope in Allah is that this hope does not depend on external circumstances. No matter the situation, hope in Allah allows you to find peace in your heart, to remain calm in the middle of the storm. It is this hope that makes you say, "No matter what I go through, I know that Allah is with me." It's this hope that gives you the strength to keep moving forward, even when everything seems dark. And it could be that you hate something even though it is good for you. Quran 2:216. Allah knows what is best for you. He is there to guide you, support you, and give you the patience necessary to overcome life's challenges. Even in times of pain, never lose hope, because Allah is always there, always ready to guide you towards the light. Gratitude to Allah is one of the most important qualities that every believer must cultivate. Every breath, every moment that you live, every blessing that Allah grants you is a gift that must be recognized and appreciated. Often, in times of difficulty, we focus on what we lack, what is wrong. But in reality, Allah constantly reminds us in the Quran that recognizing His blessings is essential, whether in times of joy or sorrow. If you are grateful, I will grant you even more, but if you are ungrateful, my punishment will be severe. Quran 14:7. This verse teaches us that gratitude to Allah is the key to attracting more blessings into our lives. Every day, Allah showers us with His blessings, whether it be health, family, sustenance, or even the trials themselves, which can be means of purification and rapprochement with Him. But often we forget to give thanks to Him. Gratitude is not just a word, it is a state of being, a constant awareness of divine grace in all aspects of our lives. Prophet Muhammad showed us the perfect example of gratitude. He would make long prostrations, thanking Allah for His blessings even in times of difficulty. One night, Aisha, Ara, asked him why he prayed so much, despite Allah's promise to forgive his sins. He replied, "Should I not be a grateful servant?" Sahih al-Bukhari. This simple gesture of gratitude is a model for us all. The Prophet knew that every moment was a gift from Allah, and he wanted to pay homage to that, no matter the external circumstances. At the end of this spiritual journey, always remember that everything you have been through, everything you are experiencing today, is part of Allah's divine plan for you. Every difficulty, every trial, every moment of doubt, all of this has a deep meaning. Everything has been chosen by Allah to guide you, to elevate you, and to bring you closer to Him. There is no chance in the life of the believer. Every experience, even one that you judge to be negative, is an opportunity to purify your heart and strengthen your faith. Allah's promise is clear: after difficulty comes ease. But this ease does not only come in the form of material relief, it also comes in the form of an inner peace, a serenity that goes beyond anything this world can offer. Allah's promise is that no matter what trials you go through, He is always with you, ready to lift you up, ready to answer your supplications, ready to guide you towards what is best for you. In these moments of uncertainty, when you feel lost, remember that the presence of Allah is closer to you than you think. And He is with you wherever you are. Quran 57:4. This divine closeness is an immense comfort. Allah guides you through the storms of life, lifting you to spiritual heights you cannot yet imagine. The path may be difficult, but never lose hope. You are one of the chosen ones, those whom Allah chooses for special trials and blessings. These moments of crisis are not an end, but a beginning, the beginning of a profound transformation, of a spiritual journey that leads you towards a version of yourself closer to the person Allah desires you to be. Know that even if you have not yet seen the reward of your struggles, Allah knows what is best for you, and He never forgets His faithful servants. Take each step of your life as an act of trust in Him. Continue to believe in His promise, to thank Him for all that you have, and to ask Him to direct every moment of your life towards what is best for you in this world and in the afterlife. I pray that Allah, in His infinite mercy, guides you, protects you, and grants you a life filled with blessings, peace, and hope. May each difficulty become an opportunity to draw closer to Him, and may each day be a step towards the best version of yourself.